If you're a fan of mythology, especially mythical creatures or folklore, fairy tales, symbolism, animals in general, you have to check out this book. The book is The Book of Beasts, and it was written by T.H. White in 1954. But don't let that time and this new cover fool you. It's actually a translation of a Latin bestiary from the 12th century. The word bestiary basically means compendium of beasts. So this book is a collection of descriptions and illustrations of animals, both real and mythical. In the 12th century, the only people learned enough to actually write a book would have been religious monks. So this was written in a monastery somewhere by a religious monk, and it was the natural descriptions and these illustrations of the animals as he knew them, and he's just in some area in Europe. He has no access to seeing everything else around the world. So a lot of it is hearsay or illustrations he's seeing. So if you look at some of the illustrations or the descriptions in here, a lot of them are fun or funny because they're just, like a lion doesn't look like that dude. But it's so interesting because it being a religious monk that wrote this, there's all of these moralizations and religious interpretations of all of the animals on the earth and the mythical creatures. So essentially, he writes out these religious interpretations to show that creation essentially tells the story of God, which is just so cool. And you get, this is written originally in Latin. We're translating it to English, but at the time, this Latin, I think you call it bestiarist, was getting a lot of this from the Greek. So you see him even saying it in the text, like, oh, this is what it means in Greek. This is why we call it this in Latin, and this is why we call it this now in English, because of so many of our words were taken from the Latin. It's very cool. And then T.H. White provides so many great annotations in here. The footnotes are just as long as the actual text itself. He adds a lot of great context and stories on top of it. As a writer, writing like fantasy, this book is just the best Rolodex for folklore information and mythical information. So if you're interested in writing and using animals or different mythological creatures in your writing, definitely check this out. And then also, if you're just a fan of mythology, folklore, check this book out. You won't regret it. It's freaking awesome.